Excuse me? Please provide the information requested, and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry. My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are the entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take it.
I just wanted to see what you'd say. Sorry about that.
I see. Okay. Your papers...
So...
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito...
Sheesh. So it is?
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk, and as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residence?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your
Ma'am, these two here...
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 mora total.
Thank you ever so... But as this is just a...
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
Alright then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are... So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when...
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh. And...
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a...
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer...
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, connections come at a high price, you understand? No. In this instance, when I say, in fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to...
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
This is the Outlander Affairs.
Why in the world can't I use my permit?
Proof of identification ready.
Enjoy the blessing of Lesser Lord Kusanali. An Aishan blessing now 10% off.
Sorry. I need to think about it.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. Good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes.
The Sakoku...
But it's not the root No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is... those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on Rito, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Crystal Marrow? What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our tax, but then we found we'd only managed to... Now there's only one vendor. Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up. It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes... But this is a nation.
Sounds... What do you think we should do? But Carisu's the...
Right.
Okay.
I've actually done bit...
Hmm.
Hey... If I...
Got it! We're on the case!
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerd. Trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you? They're waste.
Hey, what?
Get out of here. Go on.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's check back in with...
Bet you can't keep up with me! Boring! Useless!
Actually, we're having a little...
Oh? Getting you to go fixing things when you've only... Oh, he used to be a bit... I can only assume he must have found himself a Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to... That's right. When Inazuma closed to the outside world,
What a bummer.
the International Trade Association was initially...
So he left the association.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that.
Really?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
Just what will we come across this time?
Take this!